I want to talk about crashing out and what that actually means. The reason I want to talk about it is because it's very, very important, and it's literally what I'm going through today right now myself. And it's very, very important because what I've learned from crashing out multiple times, every time I did, myself, I'm extremely hardcore with self-awareness, going within, understanding, seeing everything as a feedback. So even in the moments where I would be crashing out, I'm questioning it. It gives me more understanding of myself to be able to do what I need to do. We have like physical strength. Your physical body is affected through your emotional state, through your mental state, and your physical state will change based on your emotional body or state health, your mental state and your mental health as well. And every time I've gotten to a place of crashing out and not being able to go, or just feeling really lethargic, or some form of despair might come up, it's all because of the underlying meaning that I've given to it. What we tend to do is we tend to go, okay, I physically feel tired, and that's okay. And this is where it's going to be a little bit tricky to kind of get, because it's not this or that, it's this and that. Both are true. You could find something that you're really, really, really excited about. Okay, I want to pursue this part of my journey. I want to create this for my business. I want to, whatever it is, as an entrepreneur or as anything, you might already be working in the corporate ladder and you want to kind of work further up, but you're very excited doing what you're doing. You can find that excitement, that joy in what you're doing. And it's very, very different than if you're doing something that you love versus doing something you don't love. You have more energy. That energy is because you're tapping into your joy. It's something that you enjoy doing. So you're literally tapping into more energy, more ability to do it. And yes, that will get you to a place of possibly neglecting your health. So you might not look after yourself as much. You might not go to the gym as much. You might not eat on time. You might not even go to the bathroom when you need to, and you just hold it in for ages and ages, and then eventually go to the bathroom. But other times you would be like, okay, well, I'm finding joy in what I'm pursuing and what I'm doing, and I'm loving it. But one day, what I'm building, what I'm working towards is really, really challenging, because it's bringing up a lot of the deep-rooted core beliefs that I believe about myself. As an entrepreneur myself, I can tell you that I've worked tirelessly, constantly, in so many different ways, and it's constantly failed. That really, really takes a toll. Even though I'm working on what I'm excited about, what brings me joy. And when it works, I'm still doing the same thing, but then I'm not as heavy. I'm not as drained. So what's the difference from when it works and when it doesn't work? It's how I interpret what that means. And that's where the awareness took me to. Hey, thanks for watching. Just to let you know, my free AI assisted journaling tool is now available. All you got to do is click the link in the description to start using it now. This is completely free, and it's to help you on this journey. Whenever things are heavier and I get to a place of crashing out sooner, it's mainly because of the part of myself that believe I'm not able to. If it's coming from a low self-esteem, the part of myself that have that low self-esteem, the part of myself that don't really believe I'm able to achieve what I'm trying to achieve, then that's going to be really heavy, because those are the parts of myself that are carrying the lower vibrational emotional states, such as despair, anger, fear, shame. And just today, I had shame come up. The main reason why I felt so heavy, which was like me crashing out and I couldn't do anything, was a part of myself that came up, that carried shame, that believed that everything bad that happens to me was my fault. And this comes from the scapegoat dynamic role, where as a child, I would get punished, and I'd continuously be told that it's my fault that I'm getting punished because I didn't listen. Well, if you just didn't do this, then everything will be okay. The reason you're feeling the way you do and the reason you're going through what you're going through is because you didn't listen. It's your fault. So this part of me literally was carrying the shame. And that heaviness came to my awareness, and it was triggered from continuously trying something new and that new thing not working. and other things like manifesting into not working either. Whether it's because that didn't work, I was putting more focus into that, which made me neglect posting on social media, which made me neglect replying to emails, and everything stacked up. So then everything got heavier. And then I realized the reason why I'm forcing myself down this path is coming from a place of, I just need to get this to work, because if it does, then people will see my value. And that's where it was coming from. And this is where it gets a little bit confusing, because there's nothing wrong with wanting something perfect. There's nothing wrong with being here in the way that you operate. I want to operate up here at this level, at Olympic level. There's nothing wrong with that. What needs to be understood and what we need to kind of become aware of is, what is the driver of that? Am I doing that with certainty and confidence and the knowing and understanding of my own worth? Or am I doing that from a low self-esteem, trying to prove myself, trying to prove my worth? And that's the difference of behavior. Because when I'm doing it with that confidence that I know that I'm worthy, then I'm not going to stop exercising. I'm not going to neglect other things that I know are a priority, because at that stage, it's just strategy. It's strategic for me to go, okay, I need to give energy to this, but that doesn't mean I need to take energy away from here. I'm not going to take energy away from here either. And it's the moments where we find ourselves that we're pulling too much energy away from here because of the outcome of what this might actually be. So it's such a deep-rooted understanding, and honestly, it's been one of the hardest things for me on my journey, because you get so excited, and there's nothing wrong with being excited. It's like, oh, I want to do this. I just want to do this. This is so cool. But it gets to the level where where's that drive coming from? And the reason why I crashed out as hard as I did was because the part of me that was trying to complete this in order to be worthy were the ones that were kind of fueling me, kind of driving me. That's why it was really, really heavy, and it made me stop. But that stop was actually quite good, because it got me to understand these parts of myself. It got me to have awareness of the part of myself that carried the shame of, no matter what I do, it's not going to work. It's my fault that it's not working. This is how we essentially pull that catapult back and eventually let go. Is the pulling the catapult back is you becoming aware of the parts of yourself that you need to integrating them, and then eventually you let go, and things just change faster than you would even know.